Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Bunker is back again today with another one of its notorious episodes. On today's episode, guys, I will gladly tell you that we have the final steps and the final reveal of our Trabant build from Revell in 1 to 24th scale and kit number 07713, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and I do. So, nothing serious for me to note over here for our last episode. Okay, it took me more time than expected. I am really busy, guys. Really sorry. I haven't had the time to sit on my bench and do some serious modeling. I also didn't have the time to catch up with your videos and updates, but I will do that really soon. At least that's what I hope so. Anyway, me and Past George have managed to wrap, to do some work sporadically, and managed to wrap this build up. It has 2 or 3 flaws. I will talk about them at the end of this video, but nothing major. I am really happy with the outcome, although I could do better, but it is not bad at all if you ask me, to be honest with you. I'm really happy with my work, and I am really happy with the kit. The kit was wonderful. It really goes together like a dream. Okay, it has some flaws with mislabeled parts, 1 or 2 pieces if I remember correctly, but apart that, if you take the time to build it and take the time to read the instructions properly, more properly than in my case, you will have a wonderful Trabant in your display case or in your display shelf. Yeah, that was everything that I wanted to talk about. I don't want to bore you guys any longer. You all know the drill. Grab yourselves a seat, crack the mandatory cold one or a hot brew, depending when you are in the world and what time it is right now, and let's see what me and Past George did on this episode this time. Okay guys, welcome to what it looks to be part 5 of our Trabant build, and hopefully, okay, my plan is to finish it. To be honest with you guys, this is going to be the last episode, no joke right now. So the build is exactly where I left it at. Nothing done at all to it, which means that now we need to apply our decals. It is our time. Obviously I am going to go with the box art, mainly because that's why my wife chose to buy this kit to me as a present, because of the box art. She liked, the look of the vehicle, which is none other than this one, which means that I will need to apply the decals and return back to tell you exactly what happened, and then I will have to press on forward from that point, which means that I will have to clear coat the whole thing. Now, normally if this was a tank build, I would have chosen to clear coat it first, but mainly because it is a car build and I am not so good with a gloss clear coat, I am afraid to give it 2 coats of gloss, 4 coats of gloss, to be honest with you, mainly because I need 2 coats of gloss right now to make an even surface, then apply the decals, and then another 2 coats of gloss. I am so afraid what's gonna happen with so many coats of gloss. That's why my choice is to not gloss coat it right now and just apply the decals and gloss coat it after the decals are applied. damn, that was a lot of gloss coat in a minimum amount of time. Anyway, that's my plan, that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it, and I am going to start instantly. Well guys, I am back. As you can see, the Trabant is decaled. I have I applied everything except one decal that I am going to explain you later why I didn't lay it down. Everything went as good as possible. I faced some issues with the bigger decals, you know, the one that has the doves onto it, mainly because the surface isn't clear coated. When the surface isn't clear coated, the decal doesn't slide as easy as you wish, and when a decal is big, you need to move it in position. So while I was moving things in position, while I was trying to move the decal in position, I faced the issue that the decal didn't want to move because it stuck onto the uncleared surface, if that made sense. But everything, as I've said, went well. I have managed to place every decal in place, just a little bit extra effort, and here is the final result. The final result. There is only one decal left that I will need to lay down on top of the windshield, on top of the clear coat, of the clear part. On top of the windshield. This will be applied at the very end. Now, apart from the car itself, I had to apply decals over here at the wheels. I don't know if you can see it, probably yeah you can. At the center of the wheels we have the Trabant logo, and I also had to make the license plates. I painted them off camera and applied the decal provided by the company, by Revell, by the company anyway. Now, another thing that I have done off camera was to struggle with the trim. I tried my best to lay down an even and a fine coat of black on top of chrome, but I haven't made it constantly. I was applying black color in unnecessary places, in unwanted places, which led me to use a permanent marker, a Sharpie, to do that thing. Sorry guys, I know it doesn't look so great, but I tried my best. I am currently thinking if I have to repaint this as a chrome and just apply it with one coat of chrome and nothing more, not to give it the black color that instructions stated. But yet again, I'm not so sure. Anyway, I'm gonna think about it. Now, what's going to be our next step in order to finish the whole thing? Our next step, of course, will be to clear coat the vehicle. The vehicle, clear coat the body of the car body. This is another crucial step, if you ask me, mainly because clear coat can make or break a build, a car build especially. I'm not so sure, I am not so sure about my skills when it comes to clear coat, especially with an airbrush, but I am going to give it my best shot, and we're gonna see what happens from that point onwards. Okay guys, quick update before we resume in what exactly we were doing. I have applied the trim, the chrome trim that runs through the front part of the vehicle to the back. I repainted it with chrome because I didn't like the job that I have done previously. It looked like crap, and I have proceeded slowly with the use of super glue to glue that in place. Yeah, and this part doesn't want to stay in place. Application was quick and easy. You just need to be careful, mainly because the front, these are separated in three pieces. The front and the rear part have specific attachment points. If you get those points in place, then you are good to go. If not, you have to try again, mainly because nothing will line up. Apart of that, you just also need to be extra careful with the glue application, mainly because we have clear coated the vehicle and we don't want excess super glue in unwanted places, in places where it doesn't need to be. Super glue doesn't need to be. Now, what's gonna be my next step? I suppose that now that I have got the trim out of the way, my next step is to attach, the clear parts of the car, stuff like headlights, tail lights, and windshield, and all the glass components of the vehicle. More progress has come, guys. Grab a seat because we are gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I did a lot of stuff off camera. So after the application of the trim, as I've said to you before, I moved towards the clear parts of the vehicle. When I am talking about clear parts, I am talking about windshield, side windows, etc., etc. Now I have a question about a part of side windows. I'm gonna talk about it in a few moments. That I want you guys to answer me if you have the knowledge. So, apart the obvious usual clear parts that any car kit has, this particular puppy comes with two pieces. I don't know how much my camera can catch, but over here at the edge of my pointer there is a small clear part, this one, and exactly at the opposite side there is another one. There is also more visibility that my camera of course cannot catch through the side window. It's over here located. I suppose that these things are windbreakers. That's how we call them in Greece, but the usual windbreaker part of a car is usually located on the outside, of a side window. Over here runs through the A-pillar to the back. Some other guys have windbreakers for the rear windows as well. Well, that's mainly because you can keep your window open, your side window, that's how I'm gonna call it, open slightly, and the wind doesn't make that not eerie, that annoying sound. Plus you can have your window open while it rains, and not to fully open, portion of your window open while it rains and no water will come in. Anyway, that's my question, what these parts are. Now you can see it clearly over here. There is a small corner here. If you guys can answer to my question, it will be appreciated. Now, what I needed to do in order to place the windshield, I needed to paint the trim. Luckily enough, the trim was a raised detail, so I I masked the whole thing and painted it. In the rear, the trim was raised as well, so it was helpful enough. And the side windows were done with a Sharpie, just the edges, to mimic, the the rubber seals that car windows have, windshields have. Apart from that, I proceeded with the headlights, indicators, and the fog lights that I have kept in purpose. And then I have also proceeded with the tail lights as well. Now, about these lights, I'm gonna call them fog lights. Instructions never tell you what to paint them, mainly because they tell you to remove them. After scrolling a lot of photos, I have seen that the majority of the vehicles, one of their lights is clear red and one of them is clear, so I left them as they are. Apart that, the application was pretty straightforward and I have faced no issues at all. I just applied my clear paints, let them to dry, painted the seal, the rubber seal of the light, tried to mimic the rubber seal of the light, and then I have used PVA glue to apply them onto my vehicle. The last thing that I have done while I was away was to apply, come on, focus darling, if you can. Let's see if I can make, yeah, it kinda focused over here. It was to apply a dark wash, Tamiya panel liner in the front grille and at the side air ducts located on the rear pillar of the car. And that marks almost all the job we need to do onto the exterior of our Trabant. Now, what's left to do apart from the final assembly? I need to apply a decal over here on top of the front windshield. I then have to apply grab handles on the passenger and driver's door as well, and then I have to attach the antenna and window wipers and the rear view mirrors, and then assemble the whole thing. The time has come, guys. It is the time to start buttoning stuff up on our Trabant build. So we are gonna start from the bottom up as expected, and what you see in front of you is the car chassis. Anyway, that's how I'm gonna call it. I know it's clearly not the chassis. It's not their chassis anyway. And what we need to do over here is, of course, to attach our wheels. Okay, I have the spare tire as well. I'm gonna put it aside because this will be attached in the future. So our wheels are pre-painted. I've talked about them in a previous clip, I suppose, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time, and what we need to do is just to press fit them in place. You know, just apply some glue and press fit them. It's pretty easy, self-explanatory. This is the moment, the make it or break it moment. If you ask me, you know, when you button stuff up, painted stuff up, this is the time that everything, my plans will come together. Well, I hope that they will come together, to be honest with you. Okay, my cat paid me a visit. I suppose you can hear her. I don't know, every time I switch my camera to on or put my camera to record, she always pays me a visit. I don't know. Maybe she wanted to be a YouTuber or an influencer. Who knows? Cats are mysterious beings. Cats are assholes, but I love them. But we love them. Okay. So, our chassis is almost done. What's our next step? Our next step is to grab our interior tab and our car body and you know, make them one piece. You have to be careful, to be extra careful, because there is two grooves over here. One of them is here and the other one is over here, and these two grooves are supposed to line up with the hinge mechanism that our front hood has. Also, you have to insert this one over here at the back, you know, inside of the rear windshield. So I did test fit the piece before and I managed to knock out my steering wheel, so I am a bit afraid that I'm gonna do that again. I don't want a loose steering wheel on my commission build. And I wanna see if everything is in place. The only thing that troubles me is that I have no connection points for this little puppy, or I don't think I have any connection points for this little puppy. At least let's check something out. Yep. So I suppose it has to sit somewhere there. And I have applied no glue. Where should I apply my glue? Question is. Okay, I think I know. Where should I apply my glue? Okay. But yeah, I'm not gonna apply any glue, mainly because I'm gonna button the whole thing up with my chassis. Yeah, chassis is gonna keep everything in place, or that's what I hope. Okay. Now it is the make it or break it time. Okay. Be very, very gentle. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that clicking sounds make you and me extra nervous, but they are supposed to happen, and I am supposed to press fit it even more. Let's see. Yeah, damn, everything, guys, is in place, and we have a stiff but still rolling car. Okay, not bad at all. Now let's give it a look before I apply my finishing touches. Here is our Trabant, guys. A little bit dusty, but like every build of mine, but damn, that exhaust sits low. Okay, I've made no mistakes. I don't have any mistakes done, yeah, with the exhaust at least. This car would have no clearance if that exhaust sits that so low. I will leave it as it is for the time being again. So, what's left for us to do? Clearly, window wipers, radio antenna, grab handles for the door, and side view mirrors. I know I've told you that before, but I have to detail paint them and come back for the attachment. And this is it, guys. This is our final form. This is the final form of our Trabant 601. As I've told you, I did all the detail. I attached all the detailed parts off camera. Never told you that I will attach them off camera, but anyway. And I have also applied the last decal over here at the front windshield. So the parts that I have attached off camera, which are the detailed pieces as I've called, are the grab handles for the door, side view mirrors, one over here and one over here, and one over here, sorry. The other grab handle, the car antenna, and over here the two windshield wipers. Both of them were damaged. I don't know why. Probably I didn't store them well enough. So here, so they were damaged, and here are how they look. And nothing else for me to note. So, as you can see, full engine detail, and the trunk. Let me see if I can get it. Yep, the trunk with the spare tire, and everything is in place. Now, I have everything went smoothly, as you can probably tell, except two things. One of them was the painting of the trim, and I am talking about the trim that is across the vehicle, this side and the other. Mainly, I am talking mainly about its detail painting. I wasn't able to replicate the exact painting necessary to have a 100% accurate look. And the other thing was, that was my mistake mainly, but anyway, that I have never painted the edge of the roof with a chrome color. You need to paint the edge with a chrome color. I forgot to read the instructions. I never read the instructions properly. They stated clearly, but I didn't, give the proper attention at that point, so I never painted them at the moment. And at the moment that I have realized it was kinda difficult for me, mainly because I need to mask the whole thing and start spraying, which was impossible in my case since the roof was onto the vehicle and the clear parts were there and a lot of pieces were there that it would make my life so harder to mask and prepare for prepare for spraying just the edge, so I left it as it is. In general, I am really happy with it. The kit was wonderful, had almost no flaws, nothing that I can remember right now. And anyway, if it had any flaw, I would have talked about it in my videos. I remember that it has one or two mislabeled parts, but nothing more than that. The whole thing went together wonderfully. A more skillful guy would have an even better outcome than me. But anyway, it is what it is. I am happy with how it looks. Wife is happy as well. She likes it a lot. She told me she's gonna buy a small box, a small clear box, so we can place it inside. And since she is happy, I am happy as well. So there is nothing more for me to note. Let's wrap this episode up properly. And with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode and the series in general. On our next episode, we will probably have to decide what to build and what is going to be our next target. I hope that you guys found the video series helpful and interesting and stick along for the next series. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to all my subscribers, old and new ones. You guys are the best and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. Now, for the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Damon signing out.